Regardless of the fuel source, grime accumulates. Grime accumulates. If you got a car uses gas, electric, oil. As time progresses, the car will eventually need an inner cleanup. The car will have debris that has accumulated as the car has been used, right? Even an air conditioner uses electricity to power up. There's debris that's eventually builds on it, and you have to clean it out. Air vents, gotta clean it out. These things use fuel, a source of fuel, but still need to be cleaned out. I'm not sure if you ever, maybe some of you have, some of you haven't, I've heard about a game called Star Wars. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. One of my favorite games of all time. And you are given the power of choice, and you are given a list of options. And your choice will bring you either closer to the light side or the dark side. And I mean, when I first played it, I started on the light side, and light side was, it was cool. I got buddies, got allies. I did good deeds. I didn't cheat anybody and kill anybody unjustly. Didn't cut corners, disrespect people, and I built a lot. I got a lot of allies around me, and my face was looking vibrant and cool and shiny, and I looked like a hero. And I did also try out, after I beat that part, that light side part, I played it again into the dark side. And the dark side, I made other choices, insulted people, cheated them, took people's lives that weren't trying to harm my life. And even though it was a game, I felt like a sense of isolation, like loneliness, like emptiness. Like a lot of people choose these options, and whoa, yeah, I want to do that. I want to lie and cheat and do all these things and do things to get more money. And even though it was a game, I just felt like, dang, it's empty. And people don't like you, and people don't want to stand up for you, and sure, you get all these rewards, monetary wise, and seemingly fun things. You get away with certain things, and because you got all this power, you can get away with all these things because you're powerful, and you got all these powers, and you could, and when try to mess with you, you just kill them. But then I just realized, man, it's empty. It really is. And there are a lot of people today who are living a life of what they think is the way I should live their life. We all have choices, and people are living a life with greed motivating them. That's their fuel source: greed, self-will, and their own ideologies. But many people get to the end of their life, and then they realize, man, it's empty. It's vanity. It's not fulfilling me. If people have the ideology, well, I'm just gonna get a whole lot of money. I don't care who I gotta hurt, cheat on, and step on. I'm gonna get all this money in, and then through the process, they're empty. They lose friends. They get to the end of their life. They got regrets. They're miserable. They realize, man, it wasn't worth it. And many people, have testified, they're rich, but they're empty. Many rich people, before they committed suicide, they put their regrets and how they hurt people, and that they're ashamed about it, and and that their life will be better without them. There's people who have the mentality that, well, man, life is about getting sex and girls and women and men and the sex, and then they realize, man, I wanted something of quality. Years later, realized that I wanted something of quality. So I really needed a relationship of quality, not just about bodies and orgasms and all these things and using people for their body. People have the ideology that, well, I'm lonely and I need somebody, and I know I haven't healed from my past relationship, and I'm just gonna keep going to person to person to person, and not take time to heal after that breakup. And a lot of people end up bleeding on somebody else, bringing unprocessed, undealt with pain and trauma to the next relationship, and it goes to their kids. The kids see that and they replicate that, and the cycle continues until somebody breaks it. Ideologies that don't work. You know, pride. It's about me. I don't care about other people. You know, F him and F her. If I don't like him, I don't like her. And all these people, they're miserable. You know, they may go to a party and smile and pass some drinks around and dance, whatever, but they go home and look in the mirror and they are upset with themselves. They are pissed off, mad with themselves. That, man, I wish I wasn't like this. I wish I wasn't, just so full of myself, full of ego, full of pride, and then they realize, man, I'm empty. So many people have put on a smile and got money, got accolades, but left to themselves behind closed doors, they're miserable. They're empty. Because many people have decided to have fuel sources that have left grime, the grime of anger, the grime of pain, the grime of unresolved trauma, the grime of regret, the grime of shame, the grime of perversion, the grime of corruption, because we have decided we are going to choose our own fuel source for living. And often these fuel sources leave us with grime of all sorts. But I've realized that the ultimate fuel source that I have taken in and am taking in every day is the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the fuel source, the ultimate fuel that keeps me clean. Doesn't leave any grime in the wake of the cleaning process. He's cleaning out my mind. He's cleaning out my thoughts. He's cleaning out my actions, my attitude. Cleaning. And it's not left back any grime. And every single time I do things God's way, I got no shame. I got no regret. I feel fulfilled, at peace, whole, healthy, stronger. Not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually, because I do things His way. And you could choose whatever your philosophy of life is, whatever you think life is about, and you want to tough it out, push through it the way you think you should, and whatever life is really about, I'm gonna do that. But you're gonna realize that, man, this is leaving grime behind. Man, I've hurt people. I've cheated on my spouse and been disrespectful to my kids and to my neighbors, my co-workers. Oh my gosh. I've said some bad things to people. I have treated people harshly. And it may seem fun for the moment. It may seem whatever. I don't care. F that, F you, and all that for the moment. But people end up realize that, man, it's empty. Regret. And they're left by themselves, to take the last breath, and they're gone. And nobody there for them, supporting them, care about them. And I've worked in hospitals, and I've seen this, that people are just languishing there and nobody to support them or help them. So, and often it's because of their own choices. Their choice had left them by themselves, languishing, taking the last breath alone. And that's what doing things our way leads to: loneliness, people pushing us away, and failure after failure after failure, and a continual trail of grime and residue is left in our wake. All right, God bless you. Keep God first place. He is the ultimate fuel source. Love you. Blessings.